Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name is Wendy Wing. I'm going to be doing a reading for the collective. Got some sage smudge on my hands. Ooh, yay, I love when I get new cards. Mantra Shakti, number 40. So this is from the Kali Oracle deck. All right. Mantra Shakti. Her voice creates and dissolves universes. Her vibration within our souls creates our life path. You have the sacred power of voice. How shall you express it? Ooh. To call for effective divine assistance in all ways. Do not allow negative thought or speech to undermine your inner spiritual connection. Claim your voice and your power to create. Listen for inner guidance and then set your course in motion. Though it may not yet be visible in your physical world, or a new order is generating within the soul, in time it shall manifest in transformed physical circumstances. All right. So what I'm getting is there's some way that you are being invited to express yourself, like a choice of how you engage verbally. Negative speech versus positive speech. Ooh. Excuse me. A little sage clearing there. Okay. Claiming your voice, listening to inner guidance. It feels like the new voice is a true, authentic you versus maybe letting go of ego aspects of you. Is there a circumstance coming up in the next day or two that you're going to connect with someone and you could use that opportunity to communicate in an old way? Maybe pushing others down and to lift yourself up. And so this feels like an invitation. Yes, speak your truth, speak where you're at, with the understanding that, questioning, does this help me? Is this helpful? Not just for me, but is this helpful for the greater good? And is this me? Am I speaking in a way that represents the me I'd prefer to be? All right, and your Angelic Lightworker Oracle card is Soul Love, number 33. I love the rose in the center. Not sure if you can see that. All right. Oh, excuse me. Now that I sneeze, I've got a runny nose. Okay. I love repeating numbers. All right, 33, Soul Love. You are in the process of healing your relationship with yourself, moving from criticism to insight, from judgment to compassion, from fear to love. This change in your inner vibration has an outer effect, the full extent of which is yet to be experienced. The changes may not always feel good. They may challenge you to transform your attitude and default behavior patterns, such as caving to guilt or being manipulated by shame. Yet they are ultimately positive. You are learning the true nature of soul love. In creating this respectful, honoring, unconditional, and encouraging love within yourself, you are also in the process of attracting healthy soulmate connections. Continue on your self-love journey and have faith in the souls that will respond to your pure heart vibration, bringing joy, play, and connection into your world. Wow. I'm really loving this. This is so both of them speak on being you in the moment and recognizing who you want to be in the future, that you are going through and or you've gone through. It feels like you're still going through at some level this change, and changes might challenge your attitude and default behavioral patterns. And it feels like these wonderful opportunities are showing themselves so you can decide how to communicate. Do you cave to guilt? Are you manipulated by shame? And it seems like it looks like, it feels like the more that you are becoming the you you've always wanted to be, that energy, that vibration at a heart level is attracting others who resonate at that same frequency, enjoy you being you. Maybe the people who are leaving your life didn't really enjoy you being you, they enjoyed what you could offer them. And so by you being you, you attract people who enjoy that frequency, and you also attract people who also want to be themselves in that wonderful invitation. So the more people, the more of you collective who choose and are ready to be your authentic self, and that is the direction that you're heading, then the more you will attract like-minded people. So, all right, your animal totem for today. Ooh, Lynx has been coming up a lot in these readings. Lynx, discernment, look beyond immediate appearances. So this even speaks on the last message, which is, you know, when people communicate in a way that is manipulative, or maybe using manipulating like your guilt and shame, projecting their limitations onto you, trying to move you through emotional manipulation, then maybe you can picture this lynx, like your energy goes, oh, wait, something is not, and it's not that they're a bad person, they're just using techniques that you're outgrowing and that you're no longer interested in. And this is a wonderful opportunity to find your boundaries. How do you communicate your boundaries? Do you just say no? Do you have permission to have boundaries? I found when I first started setting boundaries that I was kind of like, am I allowed to say no without going into a large, you know, why I'm saying no, to soften like the blow, which really, you know, it's just no, I'm this isn't a good match for me. Thank you though. You know, you don't have, but I think I knew the reaction I would get for people that I've said yes to and constantly said yes to, and made myself smaller to keep in those relationships. So you might be finding that the more you set boundaries, the stronger you feel and behave and are. So, all right, let's look at where you are today, collective. So this is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. In the past, collective, you've been in the energy of spread your wings. Whenever I see this, I think of just consciousness, raising your consciousness, raising your vibration. You're on a path of, some of you might be light workers, bringing in more light. seeing things in a different way, seeing yourself in a radically different way, seeing your world in a different way, as the structures of your life and your personality that you thought was your personality, as structures that are ready to crumble, release, you are filling it with light, with your light, with what you want to bring in this world, what you envision yourself and your world to be. It feels like you're in a very empowering space. I don't usually do this, but I'm being called to jump right to your higher self is in 3, take the lead. So in the past you were in 2, and your higher self is saying, it feels like a real call to leadership. Not that you have to preach or literally teach others, but there's something about your raising your consciousness and raising your vibration that is becoming a torch, so others can also feel confident of taking the leap of being themselves. I mean, how radical. Not following you to be more you, but following themselves, to everyone being the most themselves. So in the past, it looks like you healed from heartbreak, possibly a really long-lasting relationship ended with a third party. Someone chose someone else over you. I'm getting that this was part of the shedding, like you seeing this person in a very, very clearly, like, what are you doing? Is this, I mean, this isn't the way to break up. Break up with me, and then, it feels just gnarly. Like it feels like maybe someone you were with wasn't willing to do the work, and there's just some nastiness. It looks like the person that they left you for was really kind of mirroring their self-centeredness and even jealousy and control. Just feeling into this energy, it does feel like you've left us behind. You're focusing on whatever the energy was in this relationship that you poured your energy into. You no longer wanted to pour your energy into toxic situations. It looks like this person that you were with was afraid of change and afraid of loss. That it feels like your consciousness and your raising of your vibration made them feel, from their point of view, that you were abandoning them. And it was because they didn't want to change. And so they possibly punished you by abandoning you back. And like, I'll make you feel as painful as your ascension is making me feel, as you're seeing yourself and myself clearly, you taking care of yourself instead of you pouring all your energy into me. Maybe you even parented this person, like we're like a very permissive motherly figure or fatherly figure. And so they felt abandoned. And so they went to a third party instead of healing. And it looks like they wanted you to lose finances. Somehow they even punishing you through some type of financial scarcity, control. Definitely. So it looks at like as you started releasing your ego and stopped feeding their ego, instead of them growing, they worked on staying in the same vibration. They didn't want to heal, and that's okay. That's their choice. It does look like they're, on some level, people are seeing this, and it's discredited this person. I think they thought they would have a victory, and you would flail or fail miserably, and instead that karma, their desire to see you fail, has like come back onto them. So it feels like they're in a karmic they're getting their karma, which is a great invitation for them to grow and finally heal. Not karma as punishment, but karma as yeah, maybe they'll grow. Maybe this is what it would take. Right now, collective, you are in the energy of embrace. Whenever I see this, I think of Sean Hayes. Somehow he looks like a little like Sean Hayes. And so just embrace, just Jack, kind of. All right. So you're embracing lightening up, you're embracing the world. It feels like the embrace is also acceptance. Like I accept what's happened. I accept who I am in a very full way. And I accept this is where I am in present time. There's a difficult decision. Ooh, okay. This difficult decision might be with where to go next, maybe even moving jobs, or literally moving to a new place. There's something about having this Two of Swords energy that's bringing up a lot of fear, perfection, needing to make the right choice. I'm getting it's related to this past relationship that where you might not have made a lot of choices engineered by the agreements, whether conscious or unconscious, in this relationship. They might have made more of the decisions, life decisions. Ooh, so you are both kind of parents, like it feels like you guys had you parented each other in a very interesting way. That's something to look at, huh? So whatever that past relationship was, it's making decisions difficult. And that is part of what you are learning right now is, okay, I've got a decision. By coloring it as a difficult decision, it's kind of creating that it's going to be a difficult decision. How about taking out difficult and saying, I've got a decision to make, and I'm excited about seeing which one is a better match for where I want to go. So instead of constantly calling it a difficult decision, saying, you know, I don't know what the decision is yet, so I must not have, it's either one, not the right time to make the decision, two, I don't have all the information. And so I'm looking forward to receiving clarity. I'm getting, for some of you, inviting clarity to come in your dreams. Some of you, by letting go while you're sleeping, you're more able to tap into that receptive mode. So, all right. And you've been working on yourself. Some of you might be like a perfect picture, like I need to be perfect, and might be even experiencing, because of that Two of Swords, and painting it as a difficult decision, it is creating a lack of flow in your energy. So I'm seeing the energy just kind of eddying, kind of coming in and kind of moving around and not really flowing through and to. I think what would help is, instead of knowing I'm going to make this choice and go here, go there, I'm seeing that taking out the final, left or right, instead of left or right, do I go left, do I go right, instead saying I'm going towards the energy that's best suited for me. I'm going towards, so that energy can still flow to it, even though you might not know what the answer is. Does that make sense? Let me know in the comments if that makes sense. So that energy doesn't come in and just kind of go in your space. You're like, and I'm sending that energy back out to me, the best decision for me, the best case scenario. And I'm just not at that point in the story where I know what that is, but I'm going to keep that energy flowing towards my best, highest and greatest good. All right. Again, so higher self, take the lead. Take the lead. Yeah. Okay. You are. Ooh. Okay. I'm reading this both ways. I'm reading Ace of Wands, clarifying, take the lead. There's a new project or inspiration, an urge to create something. Some of you might be like, well, it's not the right time for it. There's something about this new idea that I'm getting, why wait? You've been gifted this inspiration, and if it excites you, follow it. And also, Ace of Wands, I'm getting a new passionate beginning, something very fiery. Someone coming in, brown chicken, brown cow. So there's two. It's definitely the first part of the project. And then for some of you as well, there's this, I'm getting that by you following your passions, you are attracting someone who will spark some passion in you, light a fire, or not light a fire. That feels like the fire's outside of you. I get that the more you allow that spark of divine creation and potential to grow within you, that then you will attract people who are very passionate about you. Your challenge right now is control. I'm trying to control feels like you've been through a lot and you're like, no mas, I can't take any more growth because you've been growing at such a rapid pace. And there's some, and possibly, so you've been in this 9 of Swords, maybe it's affecting your sleep. I'm really getting watch self-talk. Notice what are you thinking during the day? Where's my mind right now? Am I the one thinking a thought, or are pattern thoughts, habitual thoughts thinking me? I'm getting that you are oftentimes part of your challenge is how to deal with disappointment, the energy of disappointment. Things didn't go the way you expected them to go. It's disappointing. It feels like an energy, a picture, a pattern of belief from childhood, which makes sense because the confront card, that could definitely be younger you, looking at younger you, of how to deal with disappointment. I'm getting that there might have been more of an your parents were like, you're not allowed to express your emotions unless they're like, happy and exactly what they want, like little robots. And so when you were disappointed, you weren't allowed to voice it. And so when disappointment comes in, it just starts clinking around because you're not allowed to feel it. You're not allowed to express it or voice that disappointment. Instead, just saying, I'm disappointed. But this isn't how I pictured it, which allows you to release it. You've expressed it, you're feeling it, you've expressed it. Now that I'm disappointed, where do I want to go next? Am I seeing things clearly? Are there things here that I can appreciate, and I'm in a perception of just kind of stuck in disappointment? Or is it okay? Like, I'm just disappointed. This isn't the way I thought it was going to go, and I'm marinating in disappointment. And you'll learn from that as well. There's some kind of being truthful about where you are. And as Mantra Shakti spoke of, communicating clearly. It's okay your emotions are your emotions. You don't have to be happy and satisfying others around you at all times. You can have your own individual emotions that don't fit with how everyone else is feeling. The difference is not needing to drag everybody else into your energy of, let's say, disappointment. Can you be in your energy without needing everybody else around you to match you? I've noticed that about some people that I'm around, they could be in a wildly difficult spot, but because they are able to hold their energy and they've got good boundaries, then even as a psychic, I'm not picking up on that, because overwhelmingly, if I tune into it, I could, but they are not needing me to join them in those energies. They're working through them. Whereas there are some people, and I used to be like this, so there's no judging. And I might still dabble in this type of energy when my aura isn't solid, when I'm feeling real scattered in my energy, then I still can feel this need, like I'm so lonely in this energy of disappointment. Won't you come join me so we could all be disappointed together and talk about the things and the people and the situations that disappointed us? So I think that's one of the, am I inviting someone or a group of people, the room? Am I inviting everybody into a lower vibration to join me? Or do I raise my vibration and join the room? Does that make sense? So it feels like a real invitation to recognize where your mood is, where your vibration is, and to make real conscious choices from there. So, all right, this feels complete. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking and sharing, and love your comments. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.